Squaw! What's going on, guys? We're again into Plagued Ink. Now, only reason I'm doing this is because I may have done something hopefully correct. So, boom, 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 here and there. Okay, now this video is going to be a little long, and I have to do I gotta do a little bit of research because I don't want to tell you wrong information. So I looked up a video. I was bored last night and I wanted to play some Shadow Plagued on Plagued Ink. Now, if you don't remember, I'm going to brighten up the room real quick. If you don't remember, Shadow Plague is basically you're a vampire, and when you're a vampire, you're trying to take out the world, either by infecting the entire thing and making everyone your slaves and making literally a world cult, or by killing everybody as the vampire. Now, what I did was I looked it up. I said, how am I supposed to beat this? Because in a normal kind of setting, I was not able to beat it. Now, I literally looked up Shadow Plague, and it has like 1.2 million views. Now, that is accurate because I'm looking at it right now. It is by Pravis Gaming, and he did it on Mega Brutal and gave me basically what was a guide or a walkthrough into making me be able to beat this game no matter what. Now, I'm going to try this as myself, so based on memory and on Mega Brutal. So it's going to be a little bit longer of a video. And I actually liked that name, Nox Eternus, because in the video he explains what that is. It's Latin for eternal night or something like that. I can't remember exactly what he said. Go watch the video if you do want to see this walkthrough or something like that. It's a very good video. I like it a lot. Now, what we're going to do is start in Greenland. Now, this is going to be a little interesting because what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly go over it, but if you want the actual tutorial and actual walkthrough, go to his Let's Play. We're going to basically not get this, which is what starts the infection, and you get no transmissions or anything else, and start by getting that right there. It's called Blood Rage. Basically, you go through and you start killing everybody. Your blood rage is your blood rage. You go and you start killing. Now what happens is you're a vampire. I started to understand how this kind of works. Vampires need blood to live. You go and kill people. So what's going to happen is I'm going to try and kill the entirety of Greenland so that way I don't have to come back. Now, once I'm done killing Greenland, right here, I pause it. You don't want to do anything else, because if it keeps playing, you'll start to lose health. And if you look at this picture, it's filled with red. Once the red starts to lower, that's your health. I didn't know that. Now I'm going to go through here, get the bat, because I need to fly from one spot to the other. So what I want to do is take this, and I want to fly to Iceland. Now if you think about it this way, look. Greenland is done. I never have to come back to Greenland. So now we're going to go to Iceland. Boom. Now I'm going to Blood Rage Iceland and kill off Iceland completely. Now what I want to do is, I don't think I need that. It increases flight distance and speed, but it's not completely necessary. Soon, there should be something popping up. Now this next one's what? 28? Perfect. I can get this. The next one, I think, for the last Blood Rage to make you the most powerful you can be, it's like 41 DNA. But as you're killing people, you get DNA. It's actually probably one of the easier ones that I've played before. But there should be something coming up soon. But I'm not entirely aware of what's happening. Templars, there we go. So the Templars will pop up. They'll band together. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places, and all these are people that are trying to kill me. We're gonna go off and finish Iceland. So what I gotta do is eventually go to these places of the map and kill off those Templars. And that is very important. So we'll stop here, take this, fly, I guess to here. This will be a little bit closer. Now I'm going to take it slow, because I don't want to go past anything, because Templars have bases, as you can tell. It's basically a base. So what I want to do is take myself here and take the base out. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bases. Now, as I kill this, you see that blue plane? Look at this. Boom. That blue plane, now that I've taken out a Templar base, it's going to send out a whole bunch of blue planes. That's going to power up these other plane areas. Templar base destroyed. Now what I want to do is activate again Blood Rage, just so I can start healing. Because these other bases will start to get a lot harder, and I don't want to die. Now we're going to take ourselves, we can reach Morocco. So I'm not going to do it now until I get full health, but I'm going to go to Morocco and take out that Templar base. Now my goal is, as you can tell, I'm going and trying to take out all these Templar bases. Now another good one would be this right here. If a vampire is not under attack during Blood Rage, it enters a trance and it rapidly heals whilst feeding from people. So now I should be able to heal a lot quicker. And now I'm going to take myself and fly to Morocco and hopefully be able to take out this base. Now I'm going to Blood Rage and take out the Templar base, and boom, that one's dead. But now he is going to send out all these and power up the other Templars. Now hopefully 21, we're gonna go for flight, because this will help me get a little bit further. Here we go. So now we should go to Brazil and use Blood Rage to take out this. Now this Blood Rage specifically takes out the Templar base, but you gotta activate another Blood Rage, because that will end up you going around killing people in the area itself. Now what I'm going to do is fly over and take out the rest of these bases. Here we go, boom. So now I'm going to take out this Templar base. Perfect. So now I can take myself and start to Blood Rage again and hopefully heal. Now this one, Vampire adapts to the modern world to feed more stealthily, concealing his presence isn't much needed right now, but I'm going to use this one for 22 DNA to heal a little bit quicker. Perfect. I need enough DNA to fly and use Blood Rage, so I need at least 2, because as you can tell, 1 and 1. So now I'm able to fly. I'm going to fly to, I think it's Korea has that base. So I'm going to fly to Korea and use Blood Rage again, taking out that Templar base. Now, here we go. I had lost because my vampire died. But as you can tell, I was very close. So it seems like on this specific difficulty, I'm going to do an easier difficulty just so that we can go quicker. Boom, boom. I'll do it on casual just to show you the actual development of the tutorial. I wanted to beat it on that mega brutal, but it wasn't happening. So basically, what you want to do is take the time to take out everything. So you're gonna go around, take out Greenland, take out Iceland, then take out all the Templars. After you take out every single Templar base, you can go into here and literally just go around eating people to save up DNA. Now this is what's gonna take a long time. You're gonna save up DNA up to the hundreds. Save up to about 400, 500 DNA. If you want a better score, 400 or 350. 350 is pushing it though. I did 400. Now what you're going to do is when you get that DNA, that amount, you're going to go here and then go on into upgrading, which is what I'll show you later on. Now this, I'm going to constantly speed up, so that way I can go a little bit quicker. But as you can tell, it's going to be a lot easier to be able to do what I needed to do. We're going to take out Greenland, but we're going to go to Vampire, do that one, so that way I can be a little bit stronger and take people out a lot easier. Blood rage is what basically gets you a lot of DNA, a lot of killings, and we already take out 2 continents. Or not, they're not necessarily continents, but countries at the very beginning. Now what I want to do is upgrade my flight a little bit. Now I am only going to upgrade my flight. It's probably best if you're going for a higher difficulty just to get regular flight, because you can fly around everywhere. What the most important will be to upgrade blood rage as much as you can tell, to take out the Templars. Because the Templars, taking out Templars is what's going to be the hardest thing. And there's also the layers. You can place layers down. Now those you want to specifically place, you know, a specific way. So I'll show you that as well when we get to the layers. I'll show you how to specifically place down layers to be strategic. Now it's not completely important exactly where you place it. It's just place it in specific countries. Because you can teleport eventually. So once I have bat, boom, I have bat. But once I have this layer, it's going to upgrade this right here, and that's going to be allowing you to teleport from layer to layer without having to fly there. So if I'm all the way in Russia, all the way into this corner, and I place a layer in Brazil, I can teleport to Brazil in that layer and not have to worry about anything. Now once I finish Iceland, I'm going to take myself and go and take out the Templars. Let's see. Now these Templars are going to be a lot easier to take out. Just because, as you can tell, it's an easier difficulty. Like, look at that. No trouble at all. We're gonna fly all the way over to this continent. Now what I want to do is get that right there, just to make sure that I can heal a little bit. Boom. So now I'm going to take myself all the way over to the other layers, or the other places, which would be Australia. I think that's New Guinea. And the very last one, which I can't tell what it is. New Zealand. But as you can tell, being on an easier difficulty, you can take out these guys much more easily, much more quickly. So on the last one, the last 2 or 3, maybe even just the last one, depending on what difficulty you're on. This is casual. I lost about half my health facing off in New Zealand. That's pretty big. So in as you can saw in Mega Brutal, I tried taking on what, 3 left, and I took 1 on, and I had a lot of trouble being able to destroy that one. I mean, I wasn't even able to. So what we're gonna do is save up our DNA. But what we can do is get layers and start placing them down. Teleportation, stealthier. Now we're gonna just take out New Zealand first. Yeah, the blood rage is still going. Now blood rage is basically, like I said, this is the easiest because look, 1, 1, 1. But as you place more layers, it gets more expensive. But think about it, every time you blood rage, it lasts for until everyone is dead. It's probably one of the easiest things to be able to do. 19. And now these upgrades, these 4, will only start when you get that. So I'm going to try, because I'm on casual, to save up my DNA after I've bought the upgrades that I needed up to about, I'm going to just go to a safe number, so 450. 400 or 450 DNA. But I'm going to save up at least 1 or 2 to be able to fly out of New Zealand. Now the islands are the hardest ones to infect. Once you infect main lands, what we're strategizing, what we're going to do, will make it extremely easy to be able to infect the entire world. I'll go to Africa, and the entirety of Africa will be done in like seconds. I'll show you what we're gonna do, but it's gonna be intense. Now, like I said, I want this to go quicker, so I've done it on an easier difficulty. So now I'm just gonna tell you what to do with the layers in a second, but I want to take out New Zealand. I want to take out an island, these island countries. Dark Knight combo. Stealthy bat kill. Bat-like creature is scary both criminals and partygoers out late at night. So it's kind of like we're Batman. So as you unlock all these, I know on the Simian one, I showed you there was an interesting evolution. So I got the maximum for attack and the maximum for running around. So I was able to go on horseback and then use spears. Well, it upped their army to be able to do both at the same time. Well, this is also the same thing. So we go out at night, we have a lot of blood rage, and we have a lot of bat upgrades. It gets the Dark Knight combo. So it's usually when you have two different upgrades and you're able to combine the two in sort of a combo kind of thing. But it's completely, you know, you can't do anything to activate it. It's activated on its own. Now the other interesting thing is, if you have a lot of patience and you don't want to risk anything at all, you can win just by killing everybody. I mean, I can blood rage from country to country, but as you can tell, it's going to take forever. So now New Zealand is 100% dead, and so is Iceland and Greenland. So now we're on Australia. But like I said, at the same time, I'm taking out countries that are very difficult to get to, and my DNA is going up. Out the roof is what I'm going to get. But like I said, these places, pretty crazy. But like I said, if you want to, you can fly from country to country and just eat everyone and kill everyone to death. You can do that. But what I would suggest is doing the symptoms method that I'm going to do, because this takes forever. Absolutely forever. But once you get the symptoms, once you get the infectivity that you want, it is very, very quick. Immediately you will almost win instantly. All you got to do is fly from place to place to infect everyone. Now what I want to do is get these islands kind of out the way. And then as I start getting higher up on the DNA, I'll start to place layers, because layers will start to cost quite a bit of DNA as well. Now you basically, the idea is to place them in each continent. So you don't need to worry about Greenland or Iceland, and you'll place one layer in Mexico, so that gives you North America, because Canada, it's right there. You don't have to go any higher than right here. And then you put one in Brazil, so that gets you South America. Put one in Africa to get you the entirety of Africa. You put one right about here, so I'm going to say Germany, for the entirety of Europe. And then you put one in China for the entirety of Asia. And that's it. You have all that room to be able to do everything that you need to do. And with the upgrades that we're going to get for the lair and the bat, we can instantly teleport to any continent on the entire world, being able to effectively take everyone out. Now what we're going to do is, we're going to fly and place down these layers. So we're going to do this, and place down a layer. Now I so far, and the layer gives you DNA as well, I so far have found out that it doesn't matter where you place down the layer. I'm pretty sure, no matter what, you'll be able to teleport to that country wherever you click. So if I click on right here in China, I'll still be able to teleport. It's just that I won't have to be, I'm trying to get the right words. I don't have to place this layer in the corner and it will automatically teleport me to that corner. I can place the layer anywhere in the continent or anywhere in that country, and I will be able to teleport to that country. So now I'm going to the Caribbean. Reason being, it's going to take a lot to be able to, it's going to be difficult because these are going to be the ones you're going to forget. You're going to forget the Caribbean, guaranteed, and you're going to forget Madagascar, because they're islands that aren't in the area of the Pacific Islands. The Pacific Islands are a whole bunch of islands, basically a lot of islands that are all in the same spot. So you'll basically fly from island to island, being able to go and remember them. But these two are islands that you won't remember, and also Iceland and Greenland, which is why we're going to take them out. But as you can tell, we had a whole bunch of DNA, and it went down so much because of these 5 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But the layers only give you about 1 DNA, so it's not like it mattered how much or how soon you place them. You can place them as soon as you want, and yeah, they'll give you a little bit of DNA here and there. But so far, all we're going to do right now is rack up hundreds of DNA to be able to buy the upgrades that we want. But like I said, this strategy should work for any difficulty. You just gotta play it right. So in casual and normal, you're very lenient. In mega brutal, it's gonna be difficult to be able to do. So here we go. We're gonna just basically start taking out the Caribbean, and then this will, I'm pretty sure the entirety of the Caribbean will give us enough DNA, especially with layers and, you know, just this constant flow of DNA coming in. I'm pretty sure it gives us like 1 per night or something like that. So literally it's at this point in time where you place down the layers, you've taken out the Templars, and you have the upgrades that you want, and you're just waiting for this DNA. It's literally just a waiting game to increase all this DNA. So at this point in time, it's just me gonna be sitting here collecting. That's it. But you won't get any red or orange bubbles until you get the one in symptoms that costs 0, which is called the Shadow Blessing. This is what starts the plague itself. This is what starts the infectivity. That is when orange and red bubbles will start to show up. And the cure won't start until you get the Shadow Blessing upgrade, because there's no disease to cure. There's only this guy. Now, if you're trying to fight off the cure and the Templars at the same time by activating Shadow Blessing earlier, that makes the later on difficulties a lot harder. So Mega Brutal will be almost impossible, because you're going to face off Templars and have to worry about taking out the cure facilities and the Templar facilities all at the same time. So in order to just take your time and make it easy to just do what you need to do, just take out the Templars first and then take out the cure, or the cure facilities. So just do it one at a time. But yeah, the Templars will show up no matter what, because you're a vampire going around killing people. So they're just like, hey, we gotta stop this guy. But with the cure, it only shows up with the Shadow Blessing. So it's a little bit of a knowledge right there. And also the interesting thing is, it shows the black line for where you've flown. But I think this is the longest line. We went from here all the way down to here. Very long flight. But with the upgrades, and you know, you don't really need upgrades, you can just fast forward it and you'll go fast enough. Like I said, this disease is more of a patience game, but it's very, very interesting. So now we're on to 300 DNA. All we gotta do is get another 100, 150, because you want to make sure you can get all the upgrades that you want. Now, the only reason you would wait less time is, for me, I'm doing a video. I don't want you guys sitting here being extremely, extremely bored. But for the game itself, now in the game, you get something called a score at the end. It's, you know, I don't pay attention to it personally. I don't really do much about that. I mean, it's just kind of there for me. But if you want a better score, it takes into idea that time. It takes into a contribution. I don't know, I can't remember the word I'm trying to think of, but it takes into consideration, that's the word, it takes into consideration how much time you have. So in order to get a good enough score, you want to get about 350 or 400 DNA. That's what will help you out a lot. But what we're going to do is, we're going to have specific upgrades that we want to get to, that are going to help out. So we're going to do 450 just to ensure the win, and also I get to show you the most upgrades possible. But we're going to take out the Caribbean no matter what. So if we get to 450 and we haven't taken out the Caribbean yet, then I'm going to wait and, you know, not actually stop the I'm going to need to take out the Caribbean if we have 450 and go up even higher in DNA, because it can only benefit. But let's just keep going, because we're almost there. But yeah, 400 was the video that I saw, the walkthrough from the gaming channel that I saw, and he was able to beat it on Mega Brutal. But like I said, he has a way more in-depth, he has a harder difficulty, he's got more of a grasp on the actual tutorial itself. So if you want an actual tutorial that will help you out a lot, that's the one to go to. You have to go to that one in order to do it. But also, what's an interesting thing is these layers in each area we did specifically helps out. So this one, as you can tell, it's a, what's the thing? I don't know. I didn't think it showed it in here, but as you can tell, it's a hot and I think, oh, there it is, arid country and an urban country. This is humid, hot as well, and rural. But you have Germany, which is cold, humid. It also has a rich country. What is this? Not rich? Poor country, yeah. And then you have China, which is rural, I think. Urban. And then this one, which is poor, rural, and hot. So there are upgrades that are very interesting. So right about now. So we're going to activate the Infectivity. If you go to Vampire, it activates new upgrades. So antibiotic tolerance. For every rich country you have your lair in, it upgrades this by that level. So we have one rich country, so it went up by 1 level of drug resistance. One cold country, but we have like 3 or 4 hot countries, so it upgrades the resistance by 3 or 4. This one's also a nice one. This is actually what is the most necessary. The vampire visits hundreds per night. Then this one goes to tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands to millions, and this is what will help infect people. It visits them each night, marking them in blood, infecting them with the shadow plague, and then increases the number a lot easier up to the millions. That is what's going to be needed. Now for this one, you don't need water or air because of how quickly you're infecting. There aren't going to be airports or water ports open, and also you can go to those countries, so you don't have to get that. But we're going to get one of those each. That's liquid particles and human touch. We're definitely going to get this one, and this one increases the animal one. So we're going to get 1 wolf, 1 dog, and a few bats. Then we're going to go back to symptoms. Now the interesting thing is you can get this one, which infected struggle to sleep at night. I'm having terrible time talking, but this one will help it out with infectivity, dark pustules. Now we can go even further, which helps prevent cure. And then what this one is basically gives you vampire-like attributes as the people who are infected. So the people who are infected look attractive and more healthier. Then you also have paler looks. So we can literally, I like to just take this one and take our way down. So it's look better. Then we have auxiliary steroids manipulates pheromone production, making victims more charismatic and able to easily manipulate. Then you increase the infects the brain. Excessive optic nerve impulses trigger severe intolerance to light. Then you get to teeth or grow and can protrude from the mouth, increasing infectivity. The infected feel an urge to go and bite others on the neck, specifically targeting the jugular, increasing infectivity again. Now here's your win. I can't remember what they call it, but it's basically like what will allow you to win. This will turn all the infected people to a cult-like state, worshiping you, and they will become a permanent psychosis, becoming slaves. That one will allow you to win much more easily. Now I have so much DNA, I can literally just start to get these things, but watch this. We're gonna take ourselves, fly to America, right? We're gonna slow it down to 1. We infected America. We're gonna heal real quick. Now we infected Canada and Mexico. Let's teleport. We've infected 2 countries at once, almost immediately. Now watch this. Instantly, almost instantly, they start to get infected. Now they have been infected. Every country in here has been infected. Africa will start to extremely start infecting. All this DNA. But what we're going to do here is we've done basically the transmissions we wanted. This is about all you want. You don't need any more, especially not in these earlier, easier difficulties. But in the later ones, it's going to be harder you want to go for symptoms first. So you want to go over to here. So basically do these right to there, then do these as you can, and transmission before the symptoms. But you don't even need all these upgrades. I just have them because I'm on an easier difficulty and I can get them much more easily. Let's go to the big masses people. So let's go to China and hopefully we can infect a lot of them. But what I'm doing is basically just getting all these because there's no need not to. I have so much DNA that I can easily do it. And also it's not going as quick because I'm also at the slowest rate. Watch if I hit it to 3. I hit it to 3, everything starts to get infected so easily, in seconds. So we're gonna go over here and literally just get all these upgrades. But once you either have infected the entire world, Mr. Universe combo, this is what I was talking about. Extreme muscle growth and boosted testosterone levels. So that's with the upgrades of this right here, which is the steroidal boost and the anabolic boost. Those both allow people, and then it's called the Arnold because you're making people look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or the Mr. Universe. So what we're gonna do is take our time to fly over to Japan. Japan is starting on a cure, so we're gonna use Blood Rage to take out that facility, and we want to start infecting the islands. Because like I said, once you get the mainland places... Oh, and the other interesting thing is, once you infect a country completely, you won't have to worry about them. Because... once you infect a country completely because of the entirety of... what is it? Oh yeah, you enslaved people. It won't allow them to contribute. Because you're under, or they're under your rules, so they won't do anything to harm you. But after this point, you've basically won. So I'll stop it here, get the rest of my upgrades, and this one allows me to get a second vampire. But it's completely unnecessary. But literally, I can just get all this, and it won't mean a thing. Who's healthy? The UK, Madagascar, and Australia. See? The islands. I even forgot Madagascar. So let's teleport, or not teleport. I was trying to teleport so I'd go a little bit quicker. And diamond skin is when your skin became so pale. Yep, there's the other vampire. Your skin becomes so pale, it reflects so much light. You look like a shining diamond, which is almost like, you know, the vampires from the whatchamacallit. But there you go. The vampires from Twilight. That's what it's called. But now that we've enslaved the world, we've won. There you go. But getting the second vampire to me isn't necessary, because now, yeah, you can do more, but once you get that infectivity, you can't do that. Like, you can't go around like worrying about two different things. It's over. Like, you've basically infected so many people that you would basically be wasting time trying to move both of them around. Like, it goes that quickly. But as you can tell, there's the way to win it. If you want to see the actual video, it again is, I believe, Guys JBirdGaming. I can't remember exactly his name, but it is at the beginning of the video. It's a YouTube video, so just rewind real quick. If you guys have enjoyed this video, I'm hoping you liked it. It's somewhat different of what I normally do. Hit the like down below, and if you want to see more, I have a Let's Play that goes on during the week. Hit the subscribe button, and I do casual games on the weekend. I hope you guys have enjoyed the game, and I hope to see you in the next video. See ya!